Now, if there were ever a time when global financial and economic research were in demand, it is now. Corporations, governments, and institutional investors want to know as much as possible about future risks and opportunities after the recent global recession and credit crisis. Joining us is the chairman and CEO of IHS, Jerre Stead, and that's, of course, the business that you're in. You've been on an acquisition spree there as well, building the business bigger and bigger. Let's talk about demand right now. What does the demand picture look like, and what does the graph look like over the credit crisis?
Well, I think we're through the bottom of that. Our forecast would say that it's a long, flat U coming back up late second quarter next year.
As far as demand for research, for the data that you mine?
We're up significantly, but research in general has been flat. We're up because of four domains. We're in energy, environment, security, and product lifecycle, and those come together, and that's why we've enjoyed it. An important early indicator, though, and it's true with our company and others, is consulting. Consulting turned on in mid-September of this year. We only do about 5% of our revenue in consulting, but it was like a switch. And that's a good early indicator globally, because more than half of our business is outside. The reason I said we're up and the others are flat, we're annual subscription based. 80% of our revenue comes out of annual subscriptions. So we've enjoyed actually a very good year. Our current guidance is 14 to 15% of revenue and 23 to 24% profit for 2009.
What does the breakdown look like as far as revenue and demand, I should really say,
That's right.
From data and then consulting services and software, because you're in all three of those?
Yeah. First of all, we don't sell data. We sell information. We collect data and add value to it, and then we sell insight.
It sounds a little bit like another company I know.
And in fact, very similar, and I agree on both points. So if you thought about us to split, 35% of our revenue is what we call critical insight. Included in there is 5% of our revenue that is pure consulting. The other 65% is what we call critical information, and then the combination of the two bring our 100%.
Let me ask you why you go on. You've been on a bit of a shopping spree, acquiring other companies to add to this model. Why, in a period when it looks like revenue in the global banking sector isn't going to grow the same way we're used to seeing it grow?
Yeah. Well, two or three things. First of all, we do business with 85% of the global Fortune 1,000 largest customers. So banking actually is a very small percentage of our total. They'll come back in 2010 late, but we're across the board. Our largest vertical market is energy. We've had a very good year there. And when I say energy, I mean everything from upstream all the way downstream. Where
do you see the biggest growth here, and where do you expect it to come in 2010?
Yeah, great question. First, globally, we've grown this year about 33% in Asia Pacific. Expect that to continue. Do business with all the large public and private companies there. Here in what we look at in Americas, North, South America, Central America, I think where we'll see a significant pickup is in our product life cycle and security business that takes care of the manufacturing sectors in the Americas.
I wonder which industries you see the best business in. Is it going to continue to be energy? I mean, it's the biggest piece of your pie, right? Yeah. Is that piece of the pie getting bigger?
No, great question. Our environment business is by far the fastest growing. Today,
speaking of Copenhagen.
Yeah, of course. But today, that's one of the areas we've gone after acquisitions big time, and that will grow at 25 to 30, perhaps as much as 40% a year for the foreseeable future.
All right. Hey, Jerre, thanks so much for joining us. Jerre Stead there, CEO and chairman of IHS.